Please welcome to the stage, Frank Turek.
Erica wanted me to share with you what happened after that shot rang out on September 10th. I was standing 25 feet from my beloved friend just off his right. Why was I there? About 5 years ago, Charlie asked me if I would mentor him in the evidence for Christianity, because that's one of the things I do. Now, it's going to be difficult to mentor someone smarter than you. However, the only thing that surpassed Charlie's intellect was his humility. And so the few things I knew that he didn't, he wanted me to share with him. When that shot rang out, I took a step toward him, but his security team was on him immediately. And so Charlie, being like a son to me, I ran toward the security team and we ran to the SUV together. No father would stand back and go, "No, you just take my son, take him, I'll meet you at the hospital." I got into the back of the SUV, and let me tell you something, his team was amazing. When this full investigation is done, I think you're gonna see that his team did everything they were supposed to do. In the car, Justin was driving. Dan was in the front with the GPS. Rick was to my left. He had Charlie's head. And Brian was at Charlie's feet. And Charlie's so big, we couldn't even shut the door. He's so tall. And I'm perched over the back seat. And while they're administering all sorts of first aid, apparently my job was to yell. I was doing a lot of yelling. And I want you to know that we did everything we could to save Charlie, but Charlie was already gone. His face was looking at mine, but he wasn't looking at me. He was looking past me right into eternity. And if it's any comfort at all, I learned later that Charlie felt no pain. He died instantly. But we had to try and bring him back. We couldn't save him. Now I want you to know that Charlie right now is in heaven, not because he was a great husband and father, not because he saved millions of kids out of darkness on college campuses, not because he changed minds and chased votes to save the country, not because he sacrificed himself for his Savior. Charlie Kirk is in heaven because his Savior sacrificed himself for Charlie Kirk. Now look, there's only two things you can get in the afterlife. You can get justice or you can get grace. Ladies and gentlemen, does anyone in here, does anybody out there watching around the world want justice from an infinitely just being? I don't want justice, I want grace. Well, the only way to get grace for an infinitely just being is for him to punish an innocent substitute in our place. Where can he find an innocent substitute among us? He can't. We're all fallen. So what does this infinitely just and infinitely loving God do? He adds humanity to his deity. He comes to earth. He allows the creatures that rebelled against him to torture and kill him so he could place their punishment upon himself, and then by trusting in him, every one of us can be forgiven and then given his righteousness. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the greatest story ever told, and it happens to be true. There's evidence for this, and Charlie knew it. Watch his videos. Charlie knew that life wasn't just about money, it wasn't just about sex, it wasn't just about power, it wasn't just about prestige. He knew that the purpose of life is to know Jesus and to make him known, to make heaven crowded. Charlie's eyes were fixed on eternity. Where have your eyes been fixed? What have you been doing with your lives? What have you been doing? What are you going to do now? You know, in every evil, God brings forth some ripples of good. In this case, he's bringing a tsunami of good. Look around. You're seeing it. And if you think a martyrdom is going to stop this movement, well, we all know Charlie was inspirational, but Erica Kirk is a force of nature. You're going to see her later today. In fact, I know what's going on in the spiritual realm right now. Every morning Erica gets up, the devil shrieks, "Oh no, she's awake again!" And ladies and gentlemen, let's honor Jesus, let's honor Charlie, let's honor Erica, so that when we wake up every morning, the devil shrieks, "Oh no, they're awake again! They're born again!"